Hello, welcome back to the Off-Grid family. Right, I love my headsets, I love my Bluetooth devices, that kind of thing. I've always got this one either on my ears or around my neck ready. That's bone conductive, and I use that for listening to audiobooks on my phone. When I edit though, I like to have another pair so that there's no cross-contamination between the phone and the thing. I don't want to turn my Bluetooth headset on and then have to turn Bluetooth off on one or whatever, so I like to have a separate pair. And up until recently, I had this one and I loved it and it was great, and I was just working on a video to make a wireless charger, and yeah, I dropped it off my desk. Literally 2mm it fell, and then it just exploded, killing thousands. No, it just fell on the floor and broke, and literally it hardly fell any height. It was quite annoying. So I have gone and purchased these ones. And so that's going to be for my editing, hopefully, if they work okay. So we're going to review them today, see what they're like. Obviously, I'm going to test them for music and different bass, treble, that kind of thing. But primarily, I bought these specifically to edit with. But I'm going to open them up, unbox them, show you what they're like, and then I'll spend a couple of weeks just listening with them and so on. Any problems, I'll give you a shout. Any really good recommendations, I'll give you a shout on that as well. Let's get on. Okay, so let's have a look at these. These are called Tiny Buds. They come in a charging case, I believe. Bluetooth version 5, touch operated, voice assistant, 24-hour endurance, lightweight design, and battery display. Let's see if we can clarify some of that or disprove it, as quite often is the case. First things first. Okay, the manual is written in Chinglish, so it's a little bit stuttery almost, but you can understand it. It's not too bad. It's actually a lot smaller than I thought. Considering, well, let me show you something. That's the size of my actual ear defenders, my earbuds. This is smaller, and they're just a plastic thing you shove in your ears to stop sound. Quite impressive. I thought they were going to be a little bit bigger than this. I think they look okay. Okay, so far I'm actually quite shocked. Okay, it comes with all the standard bits to, shove in your ear. I am so shocked by how diddy they are. I'm going to charge these up fully and then we'll see how they work and, give them a little test. One thing I didn't mention was these are Type-C charging, so it's the same as my phone now, which is handy. Right, I'll get them charging. Right, these have been on charge for a couple of hours. Not really long enough, but they should be long enough, to work for now. Right, I'm going to get one out. Still flashing 0. I'm not sure if that's broken, Okay, so let's just try one a second. It's flashing blue and red like all Bluetooth devices do, and so let's connect it to my phone. Okay, it comes straight up as the Somic Tiny Buds, so blip. Now I wonder if this connects both of them. Okay, it just told me it's connected and it's got 80% battery, so let's try them in my ears. Wow, the sound is very crisp, very clear on these. I'm just trying it out on watching this dude. They are very loud. So I pressed and held, and now it sounds like it's automatically connected to my headset, to my phone I mean, sorry. Wow. The sound quality on them is beautiful. It sounds like it's got noise cancelling thing, but I don't think it has. Okay, I'm not going to put both in because they are so good at cancelling out noise, like the way they sit in your ear. I can't hear myself, so I end up shouting. But there's some really nice features on this. First one, volume up and down. By going like this on the right hand one, you turn the volume up. Oh. By pressing it on this one, volume down. So basically like buttons on any kind of device. Right hand is up, left hand is down, the same as if you double click on either side. Double click on the right, it is skip forward. Double click on the left, and it is previous. What other things do we have? Oh yeah, if you press and hold for 2 seconds, it opens up Google Assistant, which is quite handy. When the phone's ringing, double click to answer, just like pressing play. Play and pause are double click on either side. When your phone's ringing, double click and it will answer the phone. Long press will reject the call, and then hang up is just double tap again. But the sound quality is beautiful, genuinely beautiful. I'm gonna have to change the stock earbuds because they keep falling out my ear, but I'm gonna try that out now, and then I will get back to you and I'll tell you how the sound is. But from what I've found so far, they're very, very comfortable, and the sound quality is very, very good. I'll probably be about a month wearing them, checking them out, seeing if they're okay, and then I'll be back. So for you, it'll be just a second. For me, it'll be about a month. See you in a bit. Well, it's been about a week, not a month, and there's a perfectly good reason for it. I really like these. Normally I take a lot longer to come to a decision, but I've had these in my ears almost the entire time. I usually wear a bone conductive one, and then when I'm doing any woodwork or anything like that, I put in some ear defenders, because obviously I can still hear with them. These block all sound. Like, it's brilliant because I've got kids, so it's amazing. I just don't have to listen to them anymore. No, but it genuinely does block a hell of a lot of the sound, and when the sound quality on these is incredible. A little bit of a learning curve getting used to them, in the sense of, number one, if you're not used to things in your ears. I've got lots of different in-ear Bluetooth devices and so on, so for me it wasn't a major issue, but it was about getting it in the right place. But the learning part for me came when this is touch sensitive, so that's press, play, hold for whatever, so on. But I'd be putting them in originally, and then I'd end up getting the assistant or pressing pause or whatever. So you learn to hold it from the sides and plonk it in your ears, and then it's straight in. And they have not come out once. Now, I don't do lots of bouncing around or running or any of that kind of thing. However, I am moving a lot. They haven't fallen out. One thing that was quite good was my wife Crystal does not like any sort of in-ear headphones, earphones, whatever. And I asked her to just try them on, see how they are. And I played some music for her. And the whole time she was wearing them, she had a smile on her face because she was enjoying what she was listening to. As I say, the sound quality is absolutely perfect. But she listened to it all, and I ended up having to sort of take it all off her. And I said, so, what do you think? She goes, considering I absolutely despise having things like that in my ears, they were comfortable. It didn't bother me at all having them in, and I was quite quickly unaware that they were in her ears, if that makes sense. So that, if you knew my wife, you'd know that's an endorsement, because just normal like earphones that just dangle down in your ears, she gets annoyed with. So that is pretty good. I didn't get a chance to let her play with them for any length of time because basically I was being greedy. The sound for listening to music and stuff was just phenomenal. Now, I listen to music probably about 10% of my time. The rest of the time it is audiobooks, but it probably went up to about 70% of the time because the sound quality is just so nice. I was listening to music I don't normally listen to, with like lots of bass and stuff in it. Now, I like all spectrums of music, but I tend to be classical music, reggae, random weird stuff. But I was listening to bass and all sorts just because it was so nice when the bass dropped in, and really, really enjoyed these, to be honest. One negative, which happened on, I think, the second day, the right hand one started to crackle, and I thought, oh no, I've blown one of the speakers. I paused it, pressed play again, and it worked absolutely fine, so I'm not entirely sure what happened, but that happened literally once, and that's the only time. I try and be very transparent with all of the things, I did a test around the house. I put my phone upstairs, and then I walked around the house, and I lost signal, like not lost signal, but it was patchy on the same place on the stairs. It always is, no matter what Bluetooth device I've got. So they held up really well, and considering I do this test with big Bluetooth speakers, massive head sets and so on, they all cut out there for some reason. But again, that was the only place it cut out, so basically I could leave my phone upstairs and I could have happily gone around the house and not you know, not being concerned about the sound quality, etc. A little negative, the buttons, the idea of the buttons is really, really good. Double press on the right to turn up, double press on the left to turn down, triple press to skip forward or back, etc, etc. It doesn't always work. It does work, sorry, that's the wrong way of describing it, but it's a bit of a knack. You have to learn how to touch it. There's a specific, like, Morse code kind of effect. If you press it a bit too slow, it only registers as one. If you press it way too fast, it registers as a long press. But once you get used to that, and that's within the first, like, hour, then you don't notice it anymore. You're doing it, you've sort of sorted that out. Overall, I absolutely love these. As I said at the beginning of the video, I wanted these for editing and so on. But I found I was doing it more when I was using loud tools like saws and so on, because I didn't have to wear a secondary thing to block my ear, etc. The volume you can get on these is incredible. One thing I had to do with them to make them more comfortable was I actually had to go down to the smallest inner ear thingamajig. And it fits perfectly. So I would advise, if it doesn't quite fit you right, don't think it's the actual headset. Change the little rubber ear grommet-y things, and just have a fiddle around until you find one that fits you perfectly, because genuinely it made the world of difference. One thing I did forget to mention in the first one was they are waterproof. I believe they are shower resistant, so you know, it doesn't matter if you're getting sweaty or running in the rain, that kind of thing, they're fine. The main question is, would I recommend you buy it? And to be honest, I would. As long as you're okay with things in your ears, because I've recommended sort of this style to people before, and I'm talking friends and family, and they've bought them and said, oh, I don't like them in my ear. And after finding out later that they don't like anything in their ear, it's like, well, why didn't you say that before, you know? So as long as you're okay with stuff like that, then yes, 100%. The sound quality is amazing. The range is very, very good. And the sort of buttons and everything, it gives you a lot more versatility. The bone conductive one I usually use, it's got three buttons, play and pause, forward, backwards, volume up and volume down. But because the buttons are the same buttons for multiple things, I find that if you single click or double click on them, it sometimes skips, and instead of turning the volume up and stuff. I had none of that with these headsets, so I think that's a really good thing. So yeah, I would totally advise you guys to go out and buy them if you're looking for something, you know, Bluetooth audio styly. I have put a link in the description, and it is an affiliate link. If it worked, I'm not entirely sure. Which means I think it's like 1% of every sale that's made, so it's just pennies, but it, you know, any extra will help the channel, to be honest. So if you are interested, go for it, go and buy it. You won't be disappointed. But I'm thoroughly happy with it. But I now need to decide whether I'm going to use them for editing or for woodwork, because I keep having to swap them over. Just like I said I didn't want to do with the other ones. I'm going upstairs, using them to edit. Then if I come down to do a bit more woodwork, I turn off Bluetooth on my computer and put it on my phone and so on. So it's a pain in the bum. So I might have to get another headset, because, you know, I don't have enough yet. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you again next week. Bye for now.